Hey, what's up, good people? Why is the market tanking? Why is the market tanking today? We had data, PPI, that came out this morning, and it suggested that inflation is cooling off, but the market is still coming down. Dow is down for the second day. Let's get right into it, good people. But first, just remember, anything I say is not a suggestion for you to buy, hold, or sell. Make sure you don't fall for spam. I don't have a WhatsApp. I don't DM. None of that. Okay? All right. Let's get right into it. Let's go right to it. Today is a very, very busy day. All right. Let's see why. Stocks sink after retail sales fall, even as inflation slows significantly. So, inflation slowing down should be good news, and it is. But the fact that retailers are not buying as much, things are really slowing down, as if we're into the beginning stages, like a recession. And so that's what's going on with the market today. Let's look and see. The U.S. economy is in a bit of a funk. The Federal Reserve said in its latest Beige Book report that Americans generally expect a little growth in the months ahead. Investors, of course, were not pleased by that assessment. Stocks fell near their lowest levels of the day, of course, Wednesday, today, afternoon, following the release of the report. The big problem for the markets right now, while traders are happy to see news that will allow the Fed to keep raising interest rates by only a quarter, so 25 basis points of a point at that time, which is 25 basis points. There are growing fears that the Fed's previous much larger rate hikes are already starting to grind the economy to a halt, right? So the economy is really slowing down. So we're expecting lower GDP, which is not necessarily, it's not good. We need GDP to keep growing. We need inflation to come down. And so this is a mixed bag of data. Inflation data was good for the stock market, but the retail data is bad for the stock market, right? So that's why the market is going down for the second day. As a matter of fact, let's take another look here. Let's look at the Dow. As we can see at the time of recording this, let's refresh it, that the Dow is still coming down. Look at that. In the last 5 days, of course, yesterday it was negative, and then today it's negative. Just continual slow trend down. Even today, at the time of shooting this, the Dow is down another point, almost a point and a half. So it's steady going down. It hasn't been any recovery for the rest of the day. All right. So at the end of this, there was news about Volta today. I want you guys to watch the video that's going to be at the end of this video. That if you're on a computer, if you're on a cell phone, I'll just leave a link that will appear, right? Volta to be acquired by Shell. Okay, so everything you need to know on that will be in the video that's going to be behind this. All right, so someone said, Larry, I'm glad I listened to you about trailing stop loss yesterday. As you can see, the meme stock, Bed Bath & Beyond, down almost 3%. AMC down almost 5%. GameStop 4.5%. So that's another thing that's going on. So now, we talked about Volta. I want you to watch the video behind this, but let's see what's happening with the other charging stations. EVgo is positive. ChargePoint, not so much. And Blink is tanking. All right. So I kind of want to bounce around and answer a lot of things, but I really wanted to come on and tell you guys why the market is down. And the market is down because retail is down. Okay, so let's discuss Tesla a little bit, because I know I keep talking about Tesla, but it's not just for Tesla, but it's for all big tech, and it's for all big evaluations. Let's look at Tesla for a minute. This is what I want you guys to see on Tesla. Remember, I keep saying that there is a mental support right at 100, right? It's just a mental support. People think Tesla at $100 is a steal. We're going to get it. And so that's why I drew this here for Tesla, right? And as you can see, I mentioned it a few weeks ago, and I've been mentioning it ever since. We've had a steady slowdown, all right? This is the weekly. And as you could see, if you swinging Tesla, you actually can make money. Let me show you guys. So let's look at Tesla year to date. If you look at Tesla year to date, you actually could have been up, as you can see, 21%. That is good. That's a good portion to trade. For those of you that don't know and you think that getting 50, 100, 200, 300% is the norm, it is not. One of the old rule of thumbs is 20 to 25%. That's a good range to swing trade. And for those of you that caught Tesla at the beginning of the year and you're in this range, then I said this earlier, you could make money swing trading Tesla. You could buy it, and make 20%, though it's up 21% in year to date. You could swing trade Tesla and make money. I personally believe it's coming back down, and eventually, if the year keeps going like I think it's going to go, eventually it's going to break beneath that mental support, which is $100. And then you'll start seeing buying at 85 and then down to 65. That's what I see, right? But there's not a 100% chance. There's not 100% that it's going to happen just like that. It's just what I see, right? And so you can also do options, right? Remember, I told you could trade in that range. When it gets down to 100, you can do a call, right? Up to 116, 118. And then once it gets back up there, you can do a put back down to 102. So you can make money in that range, though that's very risky. And I suggest that you be extremely, extremely careful. All right. So that's what I wanted to talk about. Why is the market negative again? And so we got that data. We need GDP, gross domestic product, to actually go up, because that is hurting our economy when we have negative GDP. As a matter of fact, if GDP for fourth quarter of last year comes up negative, and then GDP comes up negative for Q1 of this year, and then we are technically in a recession. We are technically textbook in a recession, though I believe we are in a recession now, just heading towards a deeper recession. I'm not going to change that. Just like I'm not going to change my crypto calls. I believe that it's a false start. And this is very difficult to wait when you see stock taking off. I get it. But markets like these pays for patience. And I would not be all in on anything, okay? Anything. And I'm just going to keep giving you guys the information, showing you the data, but you are responsible to do your own due diligence. But I do have a plan, and that plan is to make money, and I plan on making a lot of money. It's Weeble Wednesday. Make sure you check out the top links below, and then check out Moo underneath that. Deposit $100 into both. I believe I'll be with the fellas tonight. That'll be Keenan, Mo, and we have a special guest, right? So join us on that. But make sure you watch the video that's going to come on this box. If you don't see a video, you'll see a link if you're on your cell phone, so you can see everything that's going on with Volta. All right? There's a oil company buying Volta, just like the Saudis are one of the biggest investors into Lucid Motors. So just think, oil is starting to buy electrification. Think about it. So like I'm going to continue to say, and I know I'm talking about a lot on this one, EVs will get beat down very badly this year. But EVs will also be a buy this year. We'll see you later. Live, love, laugh, and learn.